Hello, this is the Doctor here, and it's the 25th of November 2009. And this is part 2 of Don't Take the H1N1 vaccine. It's very important that you do not take this vaccine because they have an intention to control you through this vaccine. And this vaccine contains what I have said is an RFID chip, which stands for radio frequency identification. They can map you out. They can map your body out. They can map your cells out. They can map how you die, and they can make you die. They can switch you off anytime. Now it could take 2 years after you've taken this vaccine to kill you. They don't know. See this chip they put in you, this RFID chip. They don't need to put a battery in it because your body powers it. It's because your electrical system in the body powers it, just as I said. The majority of things, the cereals you eat, the iron fillings that are conductive to these electromagnetic frequencies, just as I've said that, and that's causing the majority of the diseases that are in society at the moment. It's causing a lot of people to be ill. It's a majority of things that are causing people to be ill, and it's a majority of things, including the foods, the foods are the most important things that contain poisons. You just have to you have to go and buy organic stuff. You've got to grow your own stuff. When does the people start to grow their own stuff? People don't grow their own stuff these days, because of the state the country's in, and because of the weather, because the weather's that poor, because you can't even grow tomatoes properly, because tomatoes won't flourish because the weather in Scotland is poor and England is poor. The weather, they control the weather as well, and this is HARP that's doing this. HARP is causing all the floodings in England as well. HARP is doing it. HARP is causing all the weather malfunctions, the excessive torrential rains and winds and the flooding down in England. It's nothing but HARP. They're trying to blame it on climate change, and it's actually HARP radio signals that's causing this change in the climate change. It's nothing but anything else. It's nothing about greenhouse gases. It's about what they are doing in our skies right now with the chemtrails. Now these chemtrails are conductive by heavy metals, etc., etc., and what they're doing in these chemtrails, and what they're doing is, I've just said about metals conductive to electromagnetic signals. This is what it is. They're putting these electromagnetic signals, and they're changing the ionosphere, and it's beaming from space and beaming back down, and it's changing everyone around you. It's changing the mentality of people all around. It's changing behaviours on this planet. When do you think, when you were young, you looked at it and everything was kind of normal? But look at it now, look at how the things have changed, society's changed. All their agendas have come up to the fore. They're in television, they're in programs, they're in the internet. There's subliminal advertising, subliminal flash through the television, which the government say is illegal. But in fact, the BBC are doing it, and all those networks are doing it. They're putting all their agendas. They may not necessarily, but those agendas, what they're putting in their programs, it's actually deep grabbing the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is storing that. And kids don't understand it at an early age, but later on they will understand it, and this is when the danger happens, and this is when their mentality changes, and that. It's the same with the video games. I'm talking about the video games now. The video games, the violence and all that, they are pushing these violent games out, and at a young age. Their brains are developing at a young age, and at a young age, their brains are sucking all that in, and yet they don't know. They think it's all fun and all that, but later on in life, they commit crimes, and they all do that. and when they're in their teens. It all starts when they're in their teens and all that. What Everything is all confused and all crazy and all that, but they're perpetrating it all. But the things you have to do is you have to protect your children against this negative violence from television, although subliminal advertising. They're doing it through advertising for toys and all that, putting their agendas. And I think it's absolutely sad, actually, because as a human being, I think you get a right to choose what you want to be and what you want to do. And that's not necessarily in their minds. In their minds, that they want to control you and corrupt you, and that's just basically what they do. And they're making a fucking ass of the fucking whole country. And they're turning people into brainless, mindless zombies. And forgive my swearing there, but I'm really upset by that, because really annoyed. It really, really pisses me off to see that people are changing all around you, and it's just upsetting. You hear it in the news; it's very upsetting. But that's the way it goes, really. But there's nothing much we can do about that. But there is something you can do about that. You have to stop kids having these video games. Kids watching those corrupt television programs, because the television programs that contains those ideas, and these ideas are fed into the minds of the children at a young age. Basically, programs are not the same as they used to be, but it's all corrupt now. It's all corrupt, and there's no one out there to speak against it. Television has just got beyond control now. I mean, Neighbours and Home and Away, it's got all those agendas in them, and they're negative agendas. They want, because their intention is to control, to manipulate, and they want to control and they want to manipulate as much people as they possibly can, because they're complete psychopaths for power. And it is disturbing. It's disturbing to see the world change all around you, but that's what it is. It's disgusting. I don't like it. They bring in their laws, and you can't say anything about it, and you can't say this about it, and they push this bullshit. And basically the government is just bullshit, and bullshitting the people. I mean, this is what they're doing to keep people going, and it's actually destroying people. It's destroying families, destroying lives, destroying everything. But they want to control. This is what they do. They lie to people through all the subliminal advertisements. They're lying. They're constantly lying to people to get them to buy their products. Get into the cult, get into the television, and they are controlling people through mind control through that medium. Best thing to do is just switch off your TV and just don't watch it, because it's a load of crap anyway. But that's just what it is, and it's disturbing, but that's life. This is their life. This is the way they're manipulating people, and this is what you'll have to live with. You'll have to live with all this change all around you. It's change for a bad. It's not change for good, because the world is ending. Just the same with the swine flu vaccine. It's because the world is ending, and they know it's ending, and they want to kill people off, because they're making way for this one world government. And this one world government is a part of all those agendas which are programmed into television programs, except the New World Order bullshit. I mean, it's driving people crazy. It's driving people bananas. It's confusing the people, and the people don't have any willpower, because they don't have willpower to fight against it, because they're drawn into it.